Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to see everyone. Thank you for coming. Patience, we are a teaching and learning temple, so we're always in the process of learning. This place in which we find ourselves now is a dojo, a place of Buddhist training. So today we'll start with silent meditation. We will sit in Joshinryo, silent meditation, to prepare ourselves for chanting the Odai Mokugan service and for today's teaching. Please place your hands in Hokai Join, Cosmic Round Mudra. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth, just behind your top teeth, or your shoulders back. Sit nice and relaxed. Breathe with your dantian, your hara, center. Joshinryo. Lately, I've been voraciously reading a book on the origins and philosophical underpinnings of Tendai Buddhism, Heavenly Mountain School of Buddhism, where our school of Buddhism comes from initially, as well as Zen and Jodo Shinshu, Shingon. They all come from the same root practice. And in it, it's very interesting how it delves into this concept of what it means to be a Buddha. And within the context of it is that it lists that the Lotus Sutra itself is a recontextualization of what it means to be a Buddha, what it means to be enlightened, what it means to be a Bodhisattva. Within the Lotus Sutra, what really makes it so interesting is that it assures that anyone who reads and rejoices in even a syllable of the Lotus Sutra is assured of Buddhahood, in that they are already bodhisattvas. they're already tied to this infinite practice. And within this recontextualization, he assures each of the different types of learners that they will be a Buddha. He goes so far as to say, you will be this specific Buddha at this specific time. And that not only will you become a Buddha, but you have been, you are, and will continue to be a Bodhisattva, a Buddhist saint on the way to Buddhahood. And the interesting recontextualization of it is that if we are future Buddhas and current Bodhisattvas, then all aspects of our lives are necessary for the process of becoming a Buddha. So the actions that we commit now are the actions that precede our eventual attainment of Buddhahood. Therefore, our actions are the actions of a Buddha. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I can just go out and do anything I want and say it's the action of a Buddha or a future Buddha? No. Because what is the process of being a Buddha? The process of being a Buddha is the relentless pursuit of self-betterment for the benefit of other beings. Because Buddhas say that they care about only one thing. How can I cause all sentient beings, all thinking and feeling beings to enter into the unsurpassed way and quickly become Buddhas? Within this recontextualization of all Buddhist theory within the Lotus Sutra, conceptually, if you take joy in even the concept that all beings are equal, that all beings have this infinite capacity to their highest potential for the benefit of other beings, then that aspiration, that excitement for the possibility, whether or not it's true, is Buddha. Is the aspiration to be better for the sake of other beings. To see that here, now, is the pure life. That all of the things that we deal with on a daily basis are all of the things that are needed to help create conditions for us to become Buddhas, not for ourselves, but for other beings. The analogy of the candle. At what point is the flame different? At what point is the flame the same? Is the flame the same when I light the candle as when the candle is snuffed out? Is it the same flame when I light another candle? Flame. Has the flame transferred on? Or is it a new flame? Context, all of the necessary material to cause a candle to give light are all of the volatile things that are necessary in order to cause flame to burn. Symbolically, this is all of our own defilements and attachments. Without having desire of some form, we cannot desire to help other beings. Is that what the Buddha teaches, especially in the Nirvana Sutra and the Lotus Sutra, is that it is not the cessation of all of our things that make us human beings that is the goal. It's the understanding is all those things that make us human beings that are what is the fuel for our enlightenment. And that when we talk about the eternal Buddha, we are talking about this limitless idea, this expansive concept that all of us can touch that same something. That by merely passing on the Dharma, the eternal Buddha flame has been passed on. Therefore, the eternal Buddha exists. That every person that we give the Dharma to whether it's through an upaya, an expedient means, a skillful means, or whether or not it's directly talking about Buddhism. The Dharma Buddha is transferred one heart to one heart, one flame, one candle to one candle. The interesting thing about the Lotus Sutra is that making these kind of really frustrating self-reverential reminders to itself. Honor the Lotus Sutra. Honor the Lotus Sutra. Honor the Lotus Sutra. If you do this, then you will find enlightenment. But what is enlightenment? But the Lotus Sutra ends up deceiving us into the truth through an upaya, through a skillful means, is that the real teaching of the Lotus Sutra is teaching. Is that it is through the process of teaching other beings and transferring the flame that we find enlightenment, that we find our higher nature. That it is through that transformation of love to see the love of the father or the mother, to see the love of the teacher, and to see the love of the sovereign for every being that we meet. To see that the love of the parent, in that we love them regardless of how bad they are, we will love them. But to see the love of the teacher, that as much as we love them, we have to provide discipline, structure, an opportunity, a mirror for them to see their actions so that they can become better, stronger. And then the love of the sovereign, the love of the leader that understands that there are times when you have to let them fall. When one may have to be sacrificed for the whole. That is the unfortunate aspect of the sovereign. And this is an unfortunate aspect of this practice, is that there are times when there are people that we cannot save right now. All we can do is help to create causes and conditions on barren ground, on fertile soil, lives. It continues on. We don't lament whether or not we come out like a bonsai on the craggy rocks, surviving. We're beautiful in our own way, or whether or not we're a tulip that fell on fertile ground and came up each year as a bulb. So, in our practice, keep that in mind. Don't lament your situation. Second, these are your causes and conditions. They could be any other causes and conditions, but these are yours. Use them to grow. And help other people grow too. That's the point. Transitioning out so we'll do the vacation. Amborai. Ishin Orai.